I sell a lot of water ionizer replacement filters. As a matter of fact, probably more than any other water ionizer dealer in the United States. And over the last 15 years, I've noticed the same common mistake made by my customers, and that has to do with purchasing the incorrect filter for their tap water type. So I decided to make a video about that and answer the question, what's the difference between a city water filter and a well water filter? Hey guys, I'm Dean Snyder from Snyder Health. Welcome to this week's episode of Water Ionizer Wednesday, where each Wednesday I'll answer another commonly asked question that I get from my customers. In this short video, I'll quickly explain the two basic water filter categories, both well water and municipally supplied tap water, and why it's important to make sure to get the correct filter type for your specific tap water. But real quick, before I get into that, I'd like to ask you to go ahead and click that red subscribe button and then also hit that notification bell icon because I have new videos coming out each week, and so this way you never miss an episode in this series. The first category I want to talk about is the one that's the most common, and that's municipally supplied tap water. Tap water that's coming from the city or from the county. All water supply companies have to treat the water before it gets sent out to the public, and it's those treatment chemicals that is your main concern when you're buying a replacement filter for your water ionizer. Chemicals like chlorine, chloramine, flocculants, disinfectants, and so on. And then there's the naturally occurring substances like heavy metals, sulfur, biological substances, different types of organic matter, etc. And then you have unnaturally occurring substances like pharmaceuticals, fluoride, pesticides, chromium, and other man-made chemicals that make their way into your tap water. These are all the contaminants that you're looking to remove when you're dealing with city-supplied tap water. So you always want to make sure that when you're buying a replacement filter, you get one that is made for city-supplied water and not for well water. Most water ionizer companies only sell one type of filter for their machines, and some of them are not even adequate to remove all the contaminants found in city-supplied tap water. If that's the case with your ionizer manufacturer, you may need to get a pre-filter to address any specific concerns with your water supply. A few water ionizer companies will sell varying levels of filters to address different levels of contaminants in your water. So for owners of those water ionizers, make sure to choose the city water type filter best suited for your tap water contaminant level. If you're interested, I'll post a link in the description area below to a website which will tell you all of the contaminants found in your tap water based on your zip code, which is very handy. Now let's take a look at the second category, and that's filters made specifically for well water. Not every water ionizer manufacturer makes a well water filter, but some do. If you have well water, you should have either a well pump house that's located outside of the home that has a water tank in it, or the tank can be located in your house, like inside the garage. And the water that you're getting is coming directly from the earth below your home, which then gets pumped into a tank which usually holds between 20 gallons and 120 gallons of water. Now, when you're looking to buy a water ionizer replacement filter, your main concern is not going to be filtering out chemicals like it would be with city-supplied tap water, unless you're adding treatment chemicals to your own water supply, which is highly unlikely, or if your well is not sealed properly. But instead, your concern is going to be filtering out minute particulates, sediment, dirt, live microorganisms like bacteria. So for well water, the filter you want to get is going to be either a hollow membrane ultrafilter or an electro-absorptive nanofilter. A hollow membrane filter is a type of filter comprised of tiny little tubules which will allow water to pass through but block anything larger that can't fit through the tiny tubules, usually down to 1/100th of a micron in size. An example of a hollow membrane filter for your water ionizer would be this hollow membrane ultrafilter by Emcotech, which usually fits a variety of machines from the Jupiter Science line of ionizers. Another example is a hollow membrane filter made specifically for the Alcaviva H2 series line of ionizers. With both of these filters, most of the filter is made of those hollow membrane tubules, but there's a small portion of the filter made of carbon, and that's usually to help with the taste of the water. The other type of well water filter is an electro-absorptive filter, which is a type of nanofilter technology that will trap minute particles in the filter with a type of magnetic field contained within the filter media and prevent those particulates from passing through the filter. An example of an electro-absorptive water ionizer filter would be the Protector Red D Ultra filter, which, again, is made specifically for the Jupiter Science line of water ionizers and not for any other brand. In either case, both of these filter types are specifically made for well water because with well water, you're not looking to remove treatment chemicals, but instead are looking to filter out all of that little tiny stuff that you might find 200 feet down in the Earth's bedrock. Now, just as a side note, you can use a city water type filter if you have well water, but just realize that the filter might get clogged quicker if you have an excessive amount of sediment or particulates in your water supply. But you should never use a replacement filter that is made for well water if you have city supplied water, because those filters are not made to remove all of the treatment chemicals found in city supplied water. So if you have city supplied water, make sure you get a replacement filter specifically made for city supplied water and not one that's made for well water. Alright guys, hopefully that clears up the difference between a city water filter and a well water filter and why you should always make sure to get the proper filter for your type of tap water. If you found this video helpful, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. I'll post a link in the description area below to my website where I have an extensive list of machines and which filters are proper for your water supply type. You can click the link up here to a previous video I did explaining how often you should change the filter in your water ionizer. Also, hit me up in the comments section if you have any questions at all related to this video, or if you need any help choosing the correct filter for your machine. And as usual, if you're looking to get a new water ionizer, I'll post links where you can save 20% on a brand new Alkaviva H2 series machine, which does come with a variety of filter types you can choose from. And if you haven't done it already, you can subscribe to the channel by clicking this big round button right here, and you can watch other videos in the Water Ionizer Wednesday video series by clicking on either one of those right over there. Until next week, if you have any topics you'd like to see me cover, let me know. I'll see you next time.